Holy crap, dude! I just spent $100 to fill up my gas tank.
That's nuts, Rigby. You know, in the early 1900s, we didn't even need to drive. Public transportation was widely available in almost every major city before the car companies illegally sabotaged the whole system.
Yeah, right, dude. They barely had electricity in those days. Is this another one of your conspiracies?
Not this time, bro. And it's really a shame what happened. It all began with the widespread implementation of electric trolleys in the late 1800s. Cities were rapidly growing, and they needed ways to move people around their streets for cheap.
Sounds cool. What happened to them?
Well, dude, car companies were faced with two serious problems at the turn of the century. First, they were mostly sold as luxury items, and without a large market, it was difficult to increase production. Second, they faced direct competition with affordable electric trolleys, which not only pissed off car manufacturers, but also big oil companies, so they worked together to dismantle everything.
Diabolical, bro.
Yep. There was this company established in the 1930s called National City Lines. It looked like a cliché gas-powered bus company that was bound to fail. But guess who's secretly funding it? General Motors, Standard Oil, and Firestone Tires. A car maker, an oil company, and a tire company all bankrolling a secret weapon. They started buying up trolley systems in over 25 major cities. Instead of profiting off a perfect system, they pulled them off the roads to rust in junkyards. I'm talking hundreds of trolleys stacked higher than two-story buildings, dude. It was unbelievable. The worst part is that the buses from National City Lines were objectively worse than the trolleys for commuters. The trolleys had been pushed near extinction, and the quality of the buses pushed people toward car ownership, making those invested in oil manufacturing and tires billions. All from the wallets of hardworking Americans who suffered the most from the changes.
Wow, Mordecai, they really stole so much from us. Did they ever pay for what they did?
Sort of. The government brought them to court in 1949. United States versus National City Lines. General Motors, Standard Oil, and Firestone were found guilty by a jury and convicted of criminal antitrust conspiracy.
Thank goodness. I'm glad they paid for their crimes.
Don't celebrate too soon, Rigby. They were only convicted of having a monopoly over the bus industry. And their fine? $5,000. In fact, the person behind it all from General Motors was only personally fined a single dollar.
$1? That's not a fine, that's a tip.
I know, dude. So next time you're stuck in traffic or spending a hard day's work on a single gas tank, just remember who to thank for our good fortune.
Well, shoot, dude. I'm glad I liked and subscribed so I can learn more about forgotten history.